Today we are going to start our new practical, which is practical 3, having name Newton's forward interpolation and Newton's backward interpolation. So in this practical we will study about these two interpolation. So what is the interpolation? See, there are two types of method to solve any function when we have values given. For particular value we have some function. So this is f of x is not f of x1, this is f of x2. So in this type of question there are two methods to solve this question. One is interpolation and another one is extrapolation. Extrapolation. So interpolation is that method in which we have to find the value which is in between these values. Suppose x is equal to given 0, 1, 2, 3 and it is asked to find f of 1.2, f of 0.2. So in this type of question we are using interpolation method. And if our value is out of the range, see this is range from 0 to 2, and if it is asked to calculate f of 20, f of 100, so this type of question are solved by the extrapolation methods. So we prefer interpolation method as a best preferable choice, not extrapolation. Now we will see what is Newton's forward and backward interpolation. First one is Newton's forward interpolation. Let a function fx is known for n plus 1 distinct equispaced argument, namely x0, x1, x2, xr up to xn. Here we have to remember this thing, that here we are talking about equispaced argument. So here we are studying the finite difference, in which we are studying about the when arguments are equispaced. There are two types of method. One is for equispaced argument and another is for unequal distribution. So here equispaced means our values of argument, that is the values of x, are like 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That means the length of each space, difference between each argument is equal. So these are the argument and we have to find xr. So xr is nothing but x0 plus rh. So r is value from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n. So where h is the length of the each space, corresponding entries are f of x0 is equal to y0, f of x1 is equal to y1, f of xr is equal to yr, so on, f of xn is equal to y1. So for these value we are finding Newton's interpolation formula for particular f of x. Here actually this is nothing but the polynomial of degree n. So obviously it has n plus 1 values. So we are assuming that this polynomial is equal to some function which is equal to f of x. So Newton's forward interpolation formula is given by f of x is equal to f of x0 plus u into delta f of x plus u into u minus 1 into delta square f of x0 upon 2 factorial plus u into u minus 1 into u minus 2 del cube f of x0 upon 3 factorial up to last nth term is u into u minus 1 into u minus 2 up to u minus of minus n minus 1 into delta raised to n f of xn upon n factorial, where our u is nothing but x minus x0 divided by h. Here x0 is clear that x0 is our first term, h is length of each space, but what is x? So x is the value which we have to calculate. Suppose it is asked in the question, find f of 1.2, f of 2.4. So that x is equal to 1.2, 1.4, that is nothing but our x. So what is asked to calculate is x, and our first entry, first argument is x0 and h is nothing but the length of each space. So this is nothing but u. So this is the formula which we use to calculate Newton's forward interpolation. Now the formula which we have given equation number 1 is named forward interpolation formula, due to the fact that this formula contains value of the tabulated function from f of x0 or y0 onward to the right and none of to the left of fx. That means here we are calling it as forward Newton interpolation formula, because here we are taking values or we are computing f of x where from x0 sides. That is, Newton's forward in formula is used mainly in computing fx when x is nearer to the argument x naught. That is, the x is nearer to the beginning of the table. Suppose I have drawn a table. See, this is our table in which we have given the values of x as 0, 1, 2, and according to them we are getting entries as f of x naught, f of x1, f of x2. So if we have to calculate any value nearer to the 0, then we will use Newton's forward interpolation formula. I think now you are getting why we are using Newton forward interpolation formula. Similarly, if we have to find, so it is clear that it is when value is nearer to starting, that is value nearer to x naught, then we use Newton's forward interpolation formula. Then obviously we can see that if value is nearer to n value, that is xn value, then we will use Newton's backward interpolation formula. So this was the how we have to take value for, and how we will use Newton's forward interpolation formula and Newton's backward interpolation. So this is all about which formula is to be used. Now we have seen that we are estimating or we are approximating fx to px. So obviously there is some error. So what is that error? Here the error committed in replacing fx by px. Here px was polynomial and we have replaced this by fx. So obviously there is some error. So this error is calculated by Rn plus 1x. R is for error is equal to x minus x naught into x minus x1 into x minus x2 up to x minus xn fn to the power f to the power n plus 1 xi upon n plus 1 factorial. So this is the formula for error, and this is in terms of x, and in terms of u it can be written as u minus 1, u minus 2, u minus 3 up to u minus n minus 1, u minus n, h to the power n plus 1 f to the power n plus 1 xi upon n plus 1 factorial. So this xi is always lies between the minimum value of x, x naught and xn, and maximum value of x, x naught and xn. Here h is nothing but the length of space. So this is the formula for calculating error. Now we know what is the formula for error, but we have to calculate what is the exact value of the error. So estimation of error in Newton's forward formula. So we have Rn plus 1 is equivalent to u minus 1, u minus 2 up to u minus n, h to the power n plus 1 f to the power n plus 1 xi upon n plus 1 factorial, where xi lies between x naught to xn. Here we can write this if we are taking modulus on both the side. So we are getting answer as r n plus 1 in modulus is equivalent to modulus anu modulus delta to the power n plus 1 y naught, as our h to the power n plus 1 f to the power n plus 1 xi is equivalent to delta n plus 1 y naught. If our h is very small, this is the result which we have studied. Now we are denoting this entire function as anu, which is nothing but u into u minus 1 up to u minus n upon n plus 1 factorial. Now we have to find the value of this function anu. So if our u lies between 0 to 1, then we can say that the modulus of u minus 2, u minus 3 up to u minus n is less than and equal to, see, if I am writing u as 0, then this is minus 2, minus 3, minus n plus 1, and this is minus n. So this is the modulus. So obviously this is less than 2 into 3 into 4 into up to n fact. Now this is nothing but n factorial only, because n factorial is n minus 1, n minus 2 up to 2. Or if I write 1 here, then it becomes n factorial. Now we have find value of u minus 2, u minus 3 up to u minus n, but u into u minus 1 is still left. So we now calculate the value of u into u minus 1. So u into u minus 1 can be written as u into 1 minus u. This become u minus u square. Now I have to make this such a way that I will calculate some perfect value for this. So to make it perfect square, I am adding and subtracting 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. Now to write this is a square plus 2ab plus b square term. So I arrange 2 into 1 by 2 minus u square. So this is 1 by 4 and this entire term become 1 by 2 minus u the whole square. See, from this I can write this entire term always is less than 1 by 4. How I can say this term is always less than 1 by 4? See, we are subtracting this term from 1 by 4. So if it is 0, then 1 by 4 remain as it is. If we have chosen our u is from 0 to 1. So if I take u as 0, so then 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2 is obviously less than 1 by 4. If u is value 1, then also it is less than 1 by 4. So it doesn't matter what is the value of this is always less than and equal to 1 by 4. Since we are subtracting something from 1 by 4, so obviously it is always less than 1 by 4. So now we calculate that u into u minus 1, this is less than 1 by 4, and this part is n factorial, and denominator is remain as it is, so n plus 1 factorial. Now we can simplify this as, here n factorial remain as it is and n plus 1 factorial can be written as n plus 1 into n factorial. So n factorial get cancelled, so 1 upon 4 into n plus 1. Now it is only one value which is left to calculate. Again we have delta to the power n plus 1 y naught is always less than 9. So from this we can say that r of n plus 1 of x, r n plus 1 of x is always less than, this is equal to 9, this is 1 upon 4 into n plus 1. So for n greater than equal to 1, this is always less than equal to 1. So this is the error for Newton's forward interpolation. Thus, the error in the Newton's forward formula is numerically less than 1 in the last significant figures in ordinary calculation. So whatever the error, it is always less than 1. Use of interpolation in computing a function value is always preferable than use of extrapolation. So we are always prefer to use interpolation formula in computing unknown value of function, not using extrapolation formula. The error is same for the Newton's forward interpolation formula and Newton's backward interpolation formula.